Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Shadowrun Hongkong und wir werden nochmal eine Runde Hackhorn. Sollte die nicht auch Blast haben? War das nicht das? Naja, wie auch immer. Starten wir. Blüp, 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 blüp. Also erst wieder nach links. So, Nummer 1. Drehen. Okay, jetzt kommt er von oben. Zzt. Der dreht jetzt ab. Und hier runter. Okay. Dann werden wir jetzt hier diesen Sniffer benutzen. Sniff, sniff. Dann den AOE. Der hätte ich effektiver sein können. Diese 5 auch noch vermeiden können, aber das macht es jetzt nicht aus. Hat die den Buff noch? Ja. Oh, sauber. Sehr schön. Das war easy. Enter Password. Das war GU4NU. Okay. Da kommen die Dinger zurück. Dahin. Flip. Na. Gut. Dann starten wir so ein Programm. Der Buff ist noch aktiv. Oh, sehr schön. Dann stelle ich den... Oder sollen wir den angreifen? Können wir auch machen. Oh, nicht schlecht. Der ist hier offen. Oh. Glück gehabt, dass er getroffen hat. Aua. Der scheint eher so Nahkampftype zu sein. Na, 56 ist auch nicht gut. Okay. Naja. Sauber. Gut, die treffen natürlich auch eher wenig. Aua. Weg mit dir. Sehr gut. Zerre nicht das. Na, probieren wir. Sehr schön. Ja, ich glaube, es sind alle richtig. Jawohl. Elevator Override Control. Ah, das ist wahrscheinlich ziemlich unsinnig gewesen. Haben wir ja sowieso außer Kraft gesetzt. Scheduling Database. Enter Password, da können wir jetzt das andere. ZH4NGF3I. So, und jetzt müssen wir hier wieder raus. Jetzt weiß ich nicht, ob wir das hier benutzen könnten. Ich riskiere es nicht. Ah. Macht aber nichts. Ein weniger. Den können wir auch jetzt töten. Will ja nur wieder raus. Mhm. Schön. Speichern. Da sind die Treppen. Guck mal hier noch gerade vorbei. This is a public matrix terminal for guests and visitors. Its primary functions appear to be directory and news services as well as a basic email. This is also a perfect terminal for you to upload the effect visitor records. Welcome to Ares Asia Holdings. Please note all activity on public terminals is logged and recorded for security purposes. Please state your query. Do nothing. Vielleicht doch nicht so gut, wenn er alles aufgezeichnet wird. Aber anscheinend sollen wir das ja machen. Das haben wir ja deaktiviert. Na gut, dann speichere ich hier mal und dann machen wir das. You slip the data chip into the port of the public terminal and let the worm go to work. After several seconds, the chip flashes green. Now, Ares Asia Holdings records show that Golden Fong has visited on several occasions in the past. Search for Dr. Taylor. Taylor at P blah blah blah, drone automation blah blah. Dr. Taylor has transferred to the Hong Kong offices of Ares Asia Holdings from his previous post in London with Ares Europe. Dr. Taylor's research focuses primarily on drone weapons technology, although previous work has centered on cryogenics technology and the impact of the matrix on social structures and human development. Dr. Taylor's joint chair of the Ares Asia Drone Research Laboratories with Dr. Ian Hardingham. Current project includes expansion of the Hangzhou Bay tidal power system, a proposal to expand the Hong Kong MTR maintenance program, and further research into machine learning. Search Dr. Taylor. Ja, Hardingham. Blah blah blah. Dr. Hardingham has transferred to the Hong Kong offices of Ares Asia Holdings from his previous post in London with Ares Europe. Dr. Hardingham holds advanced degrees in weapons design, mechanical engineering, and holds several patents in the field of artificial intelligence research. As joint chair of the Ares Asia Drone Research Laboratories, Dr. Hardingham's duties are primarily related to the research and development of new artificial intelligence solutions that will keep Ares microtechnology competitive in this rapidly changing world. While the specific work of the Drone Research Laboratories is classified, previous efforts have been centered around self-repairing machinery, robotic game theory, and collective machine learning. Do nothing. Yo, go to floor 75. dann machen wir das. Excellent, Kordanor, we have arrived. Rector straightens himself up, smoothing out the front of the jacket. Object added, blah blah blah. Objective meine ich. We should make a certain to find the auto repair prototype while we are here. I'm sure it will be around here somewhere. Good, then it won't be too much work to pick it up on our way. Thank you very much for this assistance. Speichern wir nochmal. Ares Asia Directed Energy Weapons Laboratory Annex. Aut viam inveniam, aut faciam. Please direct your query. Search for Auto Repair Project. Auto Repair Project. Attention, all information contained herein is considered secret. Or con. Duplication on files forbidden. Authorized eyes only. Select file. Ares Asia Holdings Laboratory Record System. Blah blah. Enter query. Desert Wars Field Testing. Congratulations everyone. Ares Europe given us the go-ahead on entering the Griffin drone prototypes into this season of Desert Wars. Between the auto repair security, the MP laser prototypes and the self-organizing threat assessments programs, I think we've got a great chance at being one of the standout stars in the season. Obviously, we have a lot of work to do between now and the kickoff event, so I'm expecting plenty of crunch time. I know each and every one of you wants this as much as I do. It's hard for me to express how proud I am of this team and all the hard work you've put in over the past year. If we can pull this off, we are positioned to be one of the biggest teams in security drone hardware in the past 10 years. If we buckle down and put in the hours required, I know we can do it. Dr. Taylor. Rector grunts softly. When he speaks, he sounds almost sad. Taylor, how far you've fallen. When we worked together, he'd never have written this kind of limp cooperative missive. We all cared enough about our work that we never had to motivate the team like this. He's become a management tool of Ares Macrotech. I doubt there's much left of the passionate young researcher I knew. You think he lost his edge? Not as such. I believe he's still quite capable as a researcher, but when you spend all your time managing a budget or organizing your team, what time is left to do the actual work? The reason you got into the field in the first place. No thank you, this is a disgusting world. Self-organization subroutine bugs. Hey Ian, I've encountering a worrying bug in the latest multi-drone mesh network tests. After checking on it, I'm pretty sure it originates in the self-organization subroutines. When the Griffin drones go into the self-diagnostic mode and start sharing their telemetry data after field activity, they stop responding to external commands. Even kicking the debugger over to admin mode won't stop them. It looks like they are not responding to outside commands because they're identifying activity orders as non-critical comparison to their attempts to share and learn from each other's telemetry. It's downright spooky. They tried to push me out of the room during one of the tests because one started firing the on-share cleanup basecamp function, and the rest picked up on it. They identified me as an object to be removed from their secure space, and the worst part is that the trigger condition was me trying to shut down the mesh network. I don't know, Ian. I don't like the idea of drones making value judgments about administrator orders. I'd like to strip out the self-organization code for future tests, until I can debug it. Understand that we are trying to play catch up with Renraku on the pseudo-intelligence front, but the fallout if this bug spreads could be pretty catastrophic, Dr. Yan. Wait on the next test. Just a heads up from the team. Hold on further self-organization tests until you get all clear from me, Taylor or Yan. There's a bug where the drone network refuses external orders while they are pursuing the self-generated directives, data sharing, learning, battle examination, etc. It's nothing critical, but it's going to make debugging other systems a pain in the ass until we get it sorted out. General tests are still a go. Dr. Taylor. 10 to 1. They're still using my old code. It sounds like the same kind of bug I encountered during my early tests in Moscow. Rector runs a hard A hand through his air, squinting at the computer screen from over your shoulder. The problem is that they are trying to give orders to the drones, while the drones have prioritized their own desires over those of the end user. They'll never respond so long as they're in group reflection mode. You're saying the drones don't listen because they're busy with their own work and don't want additional work. They're still working off your code? How long ago was that? 6 years. I spent most of that in Berlin running with a hell of a street samurai. I got out before she did, before Flux State went under. No idea if Lucky Strike got out or not, but I expect she did. I was never the best programmer in the team, but after my accident I went back to my old self-organization code to revise it. The new perspective helped, honestly. The deeper I got into data sharing and self-development code, the more I came to realize that it was impossible to build a truly independent drone. A system as simple as waiting order priority, checking from a A to B to C functional but inelegant. My solution was to create a system of interlocking desires and motivations that shift and change over time. The only overriding principle is that both Koshal and I must work together to solve problems. That's a novel approach. That's why it works as well. As you increase independence, so too is danger increased. If Koshal determined the best method of preserving my life was to shoot me in the leg, it would do so. And I would likely allow that to happen. Koshal's senses and analytical capabilities are superior to my own, at least in terms of battlefield threat assessment. Go back. Errors, blah blah blah. Search recent messages. Tension, all information, okay. Olympics cancelled. Can't stinking believe it, Jung. After spending all that time and money tracking down tickets to the 2060 Neo Tokyo Olympics, the OICs cancelled them entirely. Some crap about not having enough participants. I guess a ton of countries pulled out in protest over Japan's treatment of metahumans and the way they've handled their holdings in California. I mean, yeah, I'm all for equality, but Olympics? That's about brotherly love, the spirit of cooperation and the unity of mankind. I can't imagine anyone using them for such transparently political purposes. It breaks my heart. Dr. Ishiguro. Xia, can you put those reports on my desk? Xia was hoping to take a look at your power output test data sometime soon. I am going to be in and out of the office all day, so just let yourself in and put them on my desk. The code is 98144. Dr. Taylor, go back. Walk away. Door code. Lab save. Safe set is locked. There is a small keycard slot in the side of the safe. A red light glows softly next to it, indicating the safe is still locked. Okay, müssen wir aufmachen. Dr. Taylors Office, Dr. Hardings. Oh, guck mal erstmal hier. Open door. Open door. Hey, who the hell are you? I don't recognize you, which means you sure as hell don't work on this floor. What's your business here? I need to get into the lab. No, you don't. Now get lost, or I'm gonna beat you until candy comes out. God damn it, what did you tell you? You're not allowed in there. Quick load. Dann machen wir erstmal den Rest, ja. Möglicherweise müssen wir da auch erst gar nicht hin. Vielleicht gibt es aber auch noch eine andere Möglichkeit, dass wir irgendwas finden, wo wir uns dann als wer anders ausgeben können oder sowas. Also die Missionen an sich sind schon ganz cool, würde ich sagen. Also hier bei Shadowrun Returns. Bloß das Gelaber zwischen den Missionen ist halt over the top. Hier, das ist eigentlich in Maßen. Das ist der Text. Shutter Controls. Aha. Laser laboratory shutter control. Shutters must be closed during an energy emittance testing. Failure to close shutters is grounds for immediate display action. There is a small note attached to the panel. The shutter controls are currently also closing the security room shutters. I've talked to maintenance about it, but they haven't had a chance to fix it yet. So be in mind, you cannot close the shutters for laser testing. Security cannot respond as the side door autolocks. Make sure nobody goes in or out of the main lab while the shutters are down. Ah ja. Okay, damit können wir dann oben das zumachen. Aber ich weiß nicht, was das sonst noch macht. Also machen wir erstmal den Rest. Da können wir wieder Hexon. This server cluster handles the local records and system for floor 27. Undoubtedly, the building-wide systems back up this data, but anything occurring here will be fed to the larger Asia servers. This makes it a perfect place to upload the worm and faked camera footage. Upload camera footage. A few moments later, the chip flashes a green light, indicating that camera records for floor 27 will now show footage of a golden Fong meeting Dr. Taylor and Hardingham. Matrix Jackpoint. Dann wollen wir da mal rein. Have Isabel Jack in. Jawohl. Also das Hacking, das macht ja schon etwas Spaß. Aber es ist halt teilweise wenn man da halt nur Schwachsinn macht. Okay, das ist im Endeffekt das gleiche wie eben. Also da brauchen wir jetzt nicht rein. Gas war auf. Vielleicht funktioniert es nur, wenn der Shutter unten ist. Dr. Taylor's office. A keypad awaits your input. Ups. Oh, das war anscheinend aber das Richtige. Hat er mit Cancel trotzdem akzeptiert. User Dr. Taylor, Asia Holdings wishes you a productive day. Plant financial data. After a few moments, the data chip light flashes green, indicating the data has been uploaded. Project records. Redline prototype directory active on authorized users only. Remember, security is everyone's business. Enter query. Security briefing. Attention, Asia Holdings employees and residents. Last week, night errant officers responsible for the security of this facility received several reports of suspicious activity. The public area of the building at 1331 last Tuesday. Security footage shows a troll approximately 28 years of age entering the public mezzanine areas of the building. The subject was seen attempting to gain access to restricted areas. The subject exited the facility before Knight Errant could intercept and question him. Reports from Ares citizenry indicates the subject was asking about research labs working on directed energy weapons. Several hours later, the subject was seen re-entering the building from a side entrance wearing a custodial uniform. Knight Errant guards attempted to detain the subject, but during the arrest attempt both guards were severely injured. Any employee or resident should contact security immediately if they see this troll. Do not attempt to detain him or interact with him in any way. The subject is considered highly dangerous. There's a note attached from Knight Errant Security. Dr. Taylor, it's come to our attention that you have not been treating this threat with the seriousness we believe it deserves. Please remember that the safety of your person and your research is not solely your concern. A strike against you is a strike against all of Ares macro technology. When engaging in off-site entertainment from now on, we would request that you travel with the group. Thank you. Emitter Aperture Refinement. I have to change the emitter and focusing array in our latest MP4 redline prototype. Prior to this, we were using the safe emitter array as the MP Laser 3 since it's a proven design. Unfortunately, that array is too large to continue using at this point, and there's a legacy software that we need to update. The largest problem is that the outer lens is 3mm too large for our new housing. In light of that, I've recommissioned 20 new focusing arrays. The array being manufactured in Detroit but should arrive next week at the latest. The fabrication technique is the same type that we acquired from Zeiss last year. It should give us superior beam coherence even in high dust and fog situations. Taylor. Prior emitter research. Personal notes from MP Laser Research. I've been going back through the files from Ares Arms researching the original MP laser. A lot of the work was done by one Dr. Elliot Miss Fargo. Unfortunately, Mills Fargo is dead. From what I can gather, his son killed him during a drunken argument. What's curious is that most of the research files have been heavily redacted. It's all very curious. It's almost as if Ares Arms doesn't want anyone to know anything about the initial research. It's very curious, given that we are all supposed to be working toward the same thing, aren't we? From what I can gather, Mrs. Fargo had a radically different design philosophy than Hanningham and I. Most of Mills Fargo's notes indicate he was primarily interested in purely vector solution fiberglasers, rather than our own dye-doped mattress technology. From what I understand, that's also the basis of Winter Systems' own attempts at a man-portable laser solution. I can't find any evidence of how they would have developed their technology without access to Mills Fargo's work, though. Curious. Taylor. Go back. Email. You killjoy! Hardingham, I cannot believe you. Did your tackle on me Knight Errant saying I'd blown off the security brief and ran to go drink alone? Psh, I am a senior researcher, not a bloody prisoner. If I decide to go to have a drink on my own, that's my business. Besides, Central and Admiralty are both crawling with police at any hour. Their AAA is secure. For God's sake. Pop time! Listen, H, I really do hear what you're saying about security, and I promise I'm not taking it lightly. I was thinking we could hit up the pawn after meeting tomorrow. I've got 8 or so takers from the lab, and Knight Errant promised to loan us a low-profile bodyguard to make sure nothing goes awry. How does that sound to you, Taylor? Door code. Ah, ja. 2, 3, 8, 4, 7. They changed your door code while you were out on vacation. The chips got a little fried when someone forgot to close the shutters in the laser lab when they were testing one of the new emitters. It's 23847, Project 2231. H, one of the researchers downstairs hit me up in a meeting about supporting something called Project 2231. Its headquarters in the Algonquin Manitou Council, some godforsaken backside called Complex 68G. I guess it has something to do with that debacle in Chicago research into the cleaning up the CEZ and whatnot. I thought it'd be nice if we could give them a hand. Just lend them a prototype or the specs. Let them test the laser out there. Taylor, go back. Log out. Dann können wir jetzt hier hin. Da finden wir sicher jetzt was für den Tresor. Door unlocks. Dr. Hardingham, Ares Asia Holdings wishes you a productive day. Project Records. Red line prototype directory active. Authorized users only. Remember, secure is everyone's business. Enter query. Power output. Preliminary reports aren't good. We can miniaturize the aperture and emission array from the MP Laser 3, and it's definitely possible to get down to a handheld size, but that's never been a problem. Energy density is the core concern. Our batteries just aren't up to snuff if we shrink them down to a pistol size. Without the MP Laser 3's battery pack, we'll be lucky if we ever find a way to break 6 or 7 shots. It's a terrible problem, and one the boys over materials science have been dragging their feet on. I've been checking into using some of the new dual-phase batteries, but the cost seems prohibitive. Okay, moment. I've made a note to Director Hui asking if we could get some help from Ares Arms Europe. The Firelands research teams made a great deal of headway using staged graphene capacitors. Maybe there's something we could learn from them. Security briefing. Attention, Ares Asia Holdings employees and residents. Last week, Night Errant officers responsible for the security of this facility received several reports of this, was dasselbe wie der andere auch hatte. Drone inter irgendwas. These appear to be Dr. Hardingham's notes on attaching the prototype to security drones. Things proceed apace. Assuming a standard medium drone like the Inquisitor or Rover 9230 models, the drone provides sufficient power to enable the prototype efficiency unlimited bursts, though there's a 30-second charge time if the capacitors are drained rapidly. The small size of the emitter lens also means that the prototype can be mounted modularly or internally as the platform dictates. For smaller drone sizes, the output is more restricted but still valuable. Charge times increase to between 2 and 5 minutes, assuming standard battery power. This does, unfortunately, reduce the drone's loiter time. Each shot reduces the loiter time by approximately 2.5 minutes, more than enough for a sustained engagement, but something we'll want to keep an eye on. I believe we can increase efficiency in these cases by including a supercooling medium, liquid nitrogen or the like, to reduce the heat pump draw from the power systems. Maybe something like we worked out for the Sentinel P series berths. Dr. Hardingham. Okay, go back, dann kommen wir noch E-Mail. You Killjoy. Taylor, I don't think you're talking the security breach seriously enough. A bloody troll tried to waltz up the security not just once, but twice. He beat up some of the woolly boys downstairs, and he's definitely after your work. And you want to waltz off to the pub like nothing's happened? At least go in a group, man. Hardingham. Cheating bastard. Listen, I don't know how you managed to beat me in that last game, but I know you're cheating. All the data checks out, but I can't believe your aim suddenly gotten so much better than mine. When I found out what heck you cooked up, you're going to owe me 50 new yen. Either that, or your characters are all going to be wearing bright green lime costumes from now on. Hardingham. A leaking vent. Vent 3 blocker IC code. Dr. Taylor, we appreciate your concern about a threat neutralization system leaking from your office air vent. Your safety and the safety of the lab are our topmost priorities. Until we can get maintenance to inspect the valve, you can access the security control for vent 3 via the matrix. The blocker IC code is CORT3X FRTZ. Wobei ich nicht weiß, ob das ein 0 oder ein O ist. Should any further leaks occur, please contact us again. Also C0RT3X FRTZ. Pub time! Okay, Taylor, if you're gotten 8 people and a bodyguard together for a pint or 2 after we have our meeting, I'm game. Sorry about being so testy earlier. I just don't relish the idea of being beaten to a bloody pulp by some truck with an interest in my research. Hardingham. Go back. Do nothing. Ja. Dann machen wir... Ich glaube, das hier geht nach wie vor nicht. Dann müssen wir hier die Shutter runtersetzen, glaube ich. Jawohl. Laser test in progress. Closing shutters. Jetzt kann man da durch. The stillness of the Ares laboratory is suddenly rent by the unmistakable sound of an explosion. The floor trembles beneath your feet, and dust falls from the ceiling tiles. As the echoes of the blast recede around you, the distinctive smell of atomized concrete and scorched carpeting wafts in through the vents. Rector busily taps out some commands in his arm bracer. Koshel wills and flexes his legs beside. I'm seeing a lot of radio traffic. Whatever that blast was, Ares wasn't expecting it. I think we're about to run face first in another runner team, Kordanor. Shit, Isabel shakes her head, balling up her fists. If it's not one thing, it's another. We never catch a darn break. Chip up, Liz. I've had worse luck back when we were kids, and this time we have a hell of a lot of more firepower. I don't think like the idea of having a gunfight with other runners. With an explosion like that, our window just got a lot less. I'd prefer to avoid it as well, but they may not give us a choice. The only advice I can give is to hope for a rational conversation. The combatants in the next room are quite obviously Shadowrunners. Their gear is mismatched, there were no uniforms, and the mixture of technical wear, gear and heavy armor indicates they are prepared for anything. Aha, ich speichere mal separat. Pick up. The other Shadowrunners huddle up. Their voices are loud enough that you can hear them, even through the glass door. They don't seem to have noticed you yet. Christ on a crutch, that was nasty. The orc wipes sweat from his brow with the back of one hand. Jarl, is that the last of them? Looks like it, Bull. My C-12 wrecked the stairwell, so we are safe from backup via that route. He hands a canteen to the human woman next to him. Dizzy, how are you doing? Taking a long drink from a canteen, the woman breathes a deep sigh of relief before tossing it back to Jarl. Remind me again why we went to the executive level before getting to the lab? I'm all for a brawl, but pulling your knight-errant adepts out of Opti isn't my idea of a party. Dizzy points an accusatory finger at the shaman. You, sir, need to practice your martial arts. Opti raises his hands placatingly. We had to go up there, Dizzy. Without the keycards to get into the lab, we're as good as dead. Bull could have hacked the door, but his deck got slacked after you threw that rigger into him and broke his concentration. Continue listening. Okay. We'll have plenty of blame to place later. Right now, we have to get the hell out of here. Nab that prototype and clear out before they get more soldiers down to this level. Bull tilts his neck to one side and then the other. Each time, a rippling pop runs through his spine. We've got a job to do, people. So let's get cracking. The runner named Jarl seems to have noticed you. Finally, he gestures in your direction. Hey, Bull, looks like we've got some company in the lab. Turning around, the orc decker regards you quizzically. Son of a bitch, guess you guys got here first. Tell you what, we'll come in there and we can talk this over. Bull waves a riffed card at the door, but it only buzzes in denial. He glances at the keycard in irritation and then turns his eyes on you. Hey, would you mind letting us in? I'd rather not be trapped in here when knight-errant backup arrives. No, I don't think so, until you tell me what you're doing here. Probably the same thing as you. That lab has a laser prototype, yeah? That's what we are here for. It just looks like you got to it first. Opti glances over his shoulder nervously. Do you think we could have this conversation inside? In a minute, bird boy. How hot on your ass is knight-errant anyway? It sucks that you're trapped out there, but I don't want guards crawling all over us either. Given the shitstorm, we set off by doing the executive penthouses first. We probably have a few minutes. They'll be too busy trying to figure out what we were doing up there. Jarl runs a hand through his hair and shrugs. Hardingham and Taylor's apartments are pretty trashed, so they'll have to figure out what we are really after before they can respond again. Why were you up in the executive penthouses? I've gotten some intel that Hardingham and Taylor would be out tonight, but they had a secure safe down here. We figured that would be where they kept the prototype, and they would also work on the lab door. But Bull looks mournfully at the keycard in his hand. If wishes were fishes, looks like we made the wrong move, heading up there first. Rector gives you a significant look. He speaks quietly so that only you can hear. I know, Taylor and Hardingham. That key is almost certainly for the private safe where they are keeping the auto repair circuitry. We need to let these runners in so I can get that key. Let's find out if they're willing to give up the key. You guessed Bull getting his attention. Yeah, you made a decision yet? I'm getting kinda nervous out here. Need the key card you've got. Well, I don't know what it goes to, but it all sure doesn't get us inside that lab. Sure, I guess. Na, wenn das jetzt nicht einen Kampf gibt. Jarl nods in appreciation once the team is safely inside the lab. Thanks a lot. We would have been cut apart out there. Never let yourself get backed into a corner, you know? Sounds like something went wrong. Bull's deck got slacked by some sparky IC. We got surprised by Rigger coming out of a hallway. I did a hip throw on him, but his body hit the jack point Bull was using. Some kind of search hit. The system went to red alert. Before we knew it, Knight Errant was crawling all over us. Rookie mistake, honestly. If I'd set up a redundant signal killer filter, I'd had an extra split second when the jack got fritzed. As it was, I tripped some tar baby IC, and before I could get free, the system was lit up like a Christmas tree. Ah, mission item added. Save, okay, key. Here, catch. This keycard's worthless to me. Bull tosses you the keycard he was attempting to use on the lab door. Jarl spends a few moments scrutinizing you when his face suddenly lights up. Wait a minute, I recognize you. You're Korda, right? Your name is all over the shadows of Hong Kong. From what I hear, you've been doing a lot of work for kindly Cheng. Well, damn. Blinking a few times, Dizzy looks you over. There's a touch of awe in her voice when she speaks. I didn't expect to run into such heavy hitters in our first run out here. How do you get tangled up in this? We flew in from Seattle for this job. We're planning a few more before head home, but this isn't exactly the best start to our little vacation. Opt quickly checks over his gear and weapons, reassuring himself they are still in working order. Listen, I had to bring it down the mood, but we need to get the hell out of here. Not so fast. What about the prototype? Bull shakes his head and snorts shrewdly. We can argue about this here, or we can try to get out here before we get killed. If it makes you feel better, you hang onto it while we get out of harm's way. Isabel shifts back and forth on her feet. She nods her head impatiently. Yeah, fine, whatever. Listen, what's your way out? We were going to rappel over the Federated Boeing building next door, but with all the racket, well, I think we'll probably get shot off the line. We're going out underground, down to an elevator shaft and over the MTR station. Come with us, we're taking the elevator shaft to collapse MTR station. Das. I didn't even know that was there. Should have done a better legwork before we got here. Bull reloads his pistol, snapping it back into the holster with a loud click. We'll follow. More guns shouldn't hurt, right? You lead the way, we'll be right behind you. Suddenly, there's a blare of alarms. Bright lights click on overhead as an accompaniment to the noise. You also hear a sudden hissing sound, rather like a tire deflating, and with that sound comes an acrid odor hanging heavily in the air. They're gassing us! Look over there, it's coming out of that vent! If my deck wasn't fired, I'd be able to jack in and stop it. I hope you brought a deck or some drones. If you haven't, we've got to get out of here, fast. Pick up. Prototype. Na, die hätte noch zaubern müssen. Grounds until gas reaches critical levels. Valves closed. 0, 3. Machen wir da Hex auf die. Na. Oh je. Steady Shot, bla bla bla. Okay, brauchen wir aber nicht. Wir müssten hier. Wobei, die auch wunderbar. Die hat ja 3. Die könnte eventuell die Mine da reinwerfen, aber das kostet hier 2. Ist wahrscheinlich etwas ungesund. Der kann sowieso nicht laufen und schießen, glaube ich. Ja, das bringt's nicht. Das ist, glaube ich, besser. Ah. Wenn die getroffen hätte, wäre es besser gewesen. Alter! Na, okay. Das war ziemlich harmlos. Zeit haben wir hier eigentlich genug, wie es aussieht. Oh, da haben wir auch ordentlich. Okay. Die hat aber doch, die hat immer noch 3 Runden. Dann machen wir einmal nachladen. Komm. Sauber. Sehr schön. Was hat denn der hier? Servo Tuning. Rector manually tunes the targeted drones in service. Increasing its quickness. Aha. Ist alles irgendwas für die Drohne. Ja, das ist natürlich schon schön. Uses 10 Ammo. Und schießt auf alles. Aber es klingt gut. Sauber. Alter Falter. Sonst ist niemand in Sicht. Die Drohne ist schon sehr pervers. Swiping the keycard across the slot, the safe lets out a beep and the light flashes green. As the door swings open, the contents are revealed: a stack of chips and a plexiglass cube containing a tangle of drone parts. With a deft grab, you scoop up the goods. Escape. Okay, man könnte das jetzt anscheinend hacken, aber man kann auch einfach abhauen. Und genau das werden wir tun. Sechs Runden. Ja. Oha. Das war aber jetzt nicht so nett. Ist jetzt nicht so, als wenn man das wirklich hätte erahnen können. Aua. AP erhöhen. Wie auch ist denn seine Wunde? Ah, das geht nicht, weil er mit diesem Dings überlebt hatte. Ja, scheiße. Die stehen zwar alle im Offenen. Damit kriegen wir nur einen. Der hier könnte gefährlich werden. Ich glaube das... Was macht denn der genau? Reduces AP Damage by 4. Nee. Was hat denn der hier? Flash Grenade. Makes targets easier to hit. Können aber nur 2 damit treffen. Sauber. Das hat auch gut gesessen. Ja, das reicht nicht. Mach mal so. Wir hoffen aufs Beste. Na, schön. Sehr gut, also kann nur er was machen. Er wird wahrscheinlich die Maschine angreifen wollen. Oder so. Das passt aber auch noch. Ah, Mist, die Maschine ist ausgeschaltet, weil er weg ist. Machen wir erstmal das. Super. Gut. Und dann ist die jetzt noch dran dahinter. Ah, das war nichts. Wurscht. Okay, wunderbar. Ja, okay. Quickness und Strength, naja. Nehmen wir das. Das ist schon sehr cool, was der so kann. Kann man nichts treffen. Ja, dann machen wir das halt auch noch. Mhm. Okay, mit ein bisschen Glück. Na. Gut. Sauber. Target neutralized. Dann haben wir den jetzt. Autsch. The elevator doors refuse to open. Some kind of manual lock is engaged. A blinking alert message reads, elevator in transit. Lock store unlock once elevator passes floor 27. Looks like you won't be able to pry them open for a minute or two. Better hunker down. 3 Runden. Das ist natürlich dann so ein bisschen kritisch. Lass mal die mal tun. Eine Runde. Okay. Escape! Geschafft. Vermutlich hätte man die Zeit hinauszögern können, wenn man eins von diesen 3 Dingern gehackt hätte. Wir hatten ja einen Code. Misdirection. The pungent smells of musty stone, grease, and the remnants of neostrun gas mix in your nostrils as you rappel down the elevator shaft. Whatever frustrated knight-errant security officers are in pursuit are too far away to be heard. All around you, there's only darkness and occasional red-hued maintenance light. As you reach the button and pry open the heavy elevator doors, light comes flooding into the shaft. With any luck, you're only minutes away from the MTR station and with it, freedom. Okay, dann würde ich sagen, mache ich hier einen Schnitt und dann schauen wir beim nächsten Mal, dass wir hier rauskommen. Wo gehen wir jetzt rein? In die Sewers, oder? Die MTR Station. Muss ich mal gerade gucken. Naja gut, das schauen wir uns dann beim nächsten Mal an. Ich klicke hier nochmal auf Continue, damit es hier weitergeht. Und es lädt und lädt und lädt. You exit the service elevator and step out into the dimly lit basement. You hear no sounds of alarms, nor shouting, but it's only a matter of time before Knight Errant catches up with you. The basement smells of mold and stale air. Faint vibrations run through the floor and the walls every few moments. Evidence of empty art trains passing nearby. That was closer than I'd have liked. Who? Dizzy hunches over, hands on her knees as she pants excitedly. She straightens as she calms down. Chalk that up on things. I don't want to do it again. Get gassed while trying to escape from Knight Errant. Buck up, Dizzy, at least. Your fists and feet could hurt those bastards. I swear to God, I am never running against Aris again unless I've got an assault cannon with me. The old 6-gun just won't cut it against Knight Errant. Just spring off for some APDS rounds, man. You don't need to overcompensate that much. So, what now? We are just marched through the basement into the central MTR station. Let's take it slow. We don't know what's lurking down here. One step at a time. We'll definitely follow Stoner. We should move fast. We don't have much time before they figure out where we are. Let's not run off just yet. We still have to figure out what we do about that prototype. You need it, so do I. So how we are going to handle this? You aren't the only one who needs it. We have a job to finish just like you do. It's unfortunate that we can't both get what we want, but that's how life is some days. You suck it up and move on. Listen, I just got my ass off the Chicago containment zone with the promise of work. I have friends back there that need to get out, and for that I need money. If I scrap this run, they might die in there. Cut me a break, and you don't need that prototype anyway. All you need is the GPS. If we don't get paid, we'll be just as screwed as you. I know my team and I don't know you. I don't like it either. Maybe we can work something out. Thanks, I mean it. I don't like the idea of cheating on the job, but we are on the same team here. We both have to live and work in the same environment. How about this? We take the laser, you keep the GPS, and nobody's the wiser. And I'll owe you one. You call it in, I'll help you out. Or get friends who can. I'm tied up. It's not good enough for me. Well, crap, I guess you have to do what you think is right. Bull sighs, rubbing his hands over his face. I guess there's nothing to do but to try for another job. I can't pretend to be happy about your decision, but no hard feelings, okay? I know how it goes. It's tough out here for everybody. Listen, you go ahead, I'll head the other way, so we'll be less conspicuous once you get out of the collapsed area. Keep safe, okay? So, jetzt mache ich einen Schnitt und dann schauen wir beim nächsten Mal weiter. Bis dann!